Now, let me turn my attention to Haiti. A lot of people believe in donating money and giving money to charity, and the Red Cross has always been one that people went to. But Haiti is perhaps, and what happened in Haiti after the earthquake is perhaps one of the greatest examples of corruption created and facilitated and colluded between business and government that I've ever seen. Much of what the Clintons were able to create in terms of wealth happened through the Haiti disaster. And I'm not going to talk specifically about the Clintons in this particular piece. It's really more about the Red Cross. But understand the Red Cross is one of many organizations that took millions of dollars from people who donated and ended up giving it to other companies that then took on projects they didn't complete and ended up funneling money back towards other nonprofits like the Clinton Foundation and other government organizations and government candidates through political donations. It starts off in late 2011, the Red Cross launched a multi-million-dollar project to transform the desperately poor area of, I think it's pronounced Campeche, which was hit hard by the earthquake that struck Haiti the year before. The main focus of the project, build hundreds of permanent homes. So this is what they had the big destruction in Haiti. The earthquake landed, everything's destroyed in this little area of Campeche. The Red Cross shows up and says, we're going to help. They wanted to build all of these homes. Now, they raised a little over $500 million, $500 million in donations. And they were going to build hundreds of these homes. Because if you guys didn't know, Haiti is really nothing but shanty town. Lots of people, nobody has places to live. They live in shacks. So what we're going to do is we're going to build all of these new homes that people can live in. As of today, 2016, we've had a total homes built of 6. Not 600, not 60, 6 homes. Now, the group has publicly celebrated its work by suggesting that it has helped 130,000 people. But as I said, the actual number of permanent homes the group has built in all is 6. And in the area of Campeche, 0 homes, not a single one. Now, ProPublica, the NPR's investigation shows that this is all part of a larger pattern of a larger pattern in which the organization has botched delivery of aid after disasters such as Superstorm Sandy. This is apparently not the first time that the Red Cross has screwed something up, either accidentally or on purpose. Now, the Red Cross won't disclose the details of how much it spent or how it spent much of the hundreds of millions of dollars donated to Haiti, but the reporting shows that less money reached those in need than the Red Cross had said. Now, why did that happen? And here's the trick. And then I'm going to explain how the entire process worked to you so you can understand how the corruption flows in Haiti. Lacking the expertise to mount its own projects, the Red Cross ended up giving much of its money, to other groups to do the work. Those groups took out a piece of every dollar to cover the overhead and management. Even on its own projects done by others, the Red Cross had its own significant expenses, in many cases adding up to a third of the project's budget. Millions of Haitians are safer, healthier, and more resilient and better prepared for the future disaster thanks to the generous donations of the American Red Cross, said the CEO, I think it's Jill McGovern, who wrote in a recent report marking the 5th anniversary of the earthquake. The other prominent materials, the Red Cross said it helped more than, in other promotional materials, it said that it helped more than 4.5 million individual Haitians, quote, get back on their feet. Now, to my knowledge, there are only about 10 million people in Haiti. So apparently the Red Cross did quite a bit of good, although it can't actually show what good it did. Now, they went on to point out, they said the project has, for the home building, because people said, well, what about all these homes you're supposed to build? Well, we had to reshape and downscale that project, they said. There is a road being built, Hasn't been built yet, but it's being built. And some existing homes have received earthquake reinforcement, and a few schools are being repaired. I don't hear a lot of building going on there, but okay, it's nice that you reinforced a few homes for $500 million. The group's most recent press release on the project cites achievements such as training school children in disaster response. The Red Cross says that it had to scale back its housing plans because it couldn't acquire the rights to land, and so no homes will in fact be built. So let me explain how the process works. You get a natural disaster and immediately inflow all of these different groups. Red Cross comes in, Doctors Without Borders come in, the Clinton Foundation comes in, and they start soliciting and receiving donations to their charities. Now, none of them actually do the work, or in many cases they don't. Doctors Without Borders is an exception. I should probably pull them out because they shouldn't be included in this. But let's talk specifically about Red Cross and the Clinton Foundation. They take in all of these donations. Well, the Clinton Foundation doesn't have any equipment. They can't build a house. None of them know what they're doing. And so what do? Well, they got to hire a company to actually do the work. Now, how do you think they select that company? You think they're looking at resumes and deciding who the very best company could possibly be to do this type of work? No. They're trying to figure out who they can garner political favor with, who's going to give them the most amount of money back. And so they hire this company, or they work in collusion with companies owned by major political donors, owned by friends that they know they can garner support and sway with, and then they give them millions and millions of dollars to create it, to finish projects that magically never get done. It's how you get tens of millions of dollars to build homes, and only 5 or 6 homes get built. And you say, well, where did the rest of that money go? Nobody knows. Yeah, it made it to the contractor, but all of it got eaten up in time and in salaries and in profit. We just didn't have enough money after we paid ourselves to actually do any of the work that we were supposed to do for the contract. And no one holds anyone accountable. This is done intentionally. Now, when the next big political campaign comes up, what do you think these construction companies and individuals who run them and own them, what do you think they're required to do now? They're required to pay back in. They're now required to contribute to the political campaigns and the government obligations, or to the senators and congressmen in order to get specific bills passed, whatever the case may be. This is the corruption loop that occurs. The same thing happened with Solyndra. Solyndra gets millions of dollars in order to run an already unprofitable and failing alternative energy company, and in return, they end up donating back to the Obama campaign. This is how it works. And Haiti, if you look into it, Haiti is one of the dirtiest scams ever perpetrated by anybody, and no one's ever been held accountable for it. The Red Cross took $500 million of your money and has virtually nothing to show for it. 6 homes. And they point to, oh, well, look at the houses that we reinforced. Really? How many did you reinforce? How many hundreds of thousands of them did you reinforce? I mean, even if they spent $200,000 per home, they could have built 2,500 homes. And to their claim that, well, we just couldn't get the land permits. It's just too hard to do business out there. The land rights, we kept running into problems, and we couldn't end up doing it. We couldn't afford to do it. We blew our whole budget, $500 million, on trying to acquire land rights. Well, it turns out other groups also ran into trouble with land titles and other issues, but they also managed to build approximately 9,000 homes compared to the Red Cross's 6. This is a problem of corruption. And it's sad that this is one of the clearest examples of how government and private corporations collude. They come together to, under false pretenses, prey on you and your desire to give to a charitable organization. And then you find out that whatever money you gave to them was just wasted. It was squandered. It's not just government. Private companies do it too. So the next time you think the Red Cross sends you a notice telling you about all the great work that they're doing, understand what's really happening on the ground. And maybe consider giving to a different charity. Guys, that's all the time I've got for today. I hope that you'll share the show. I hope you'll download and subscribe, and I'll be back here tomorrow. Do this all over again. Until then, be safe, be good. Talk to you then.